Good evening once again. Welcome to our second edition of UBC News Tonight. It's me, Michael Jordan Lukomwa, and let's go straight to what we have for you. Yes, President Yoweri Museveni has decried the increasing threat of non-communicable diseases in Uganda. He warns about the diseases which are largely about lifestyle. These diseases are caused by inactivity coupled with overeating. The good news is that they are easy to prevent. Adopt positive and healthy lifestyles, exercise more, watch your diet. The increase in the cases of cancer, diabetes and heart-related diseases, especially in urban areas, is attributed to unhealthy lifestyles. The president made the remarks in a message to the family, friends, clergy and parishioners of Chemagwa in Kalisizo at the commissioning of a new health facility built by Cardinal Wamala's friends and family. The president, who was represented by Vice President Jessica Alupo, commended the family of His Eminence Emmanuel Cardinal Wamala, Archbishop Emeritus of Kampala, for constructing St. Cosma Kamagwa Health Center 4. The launch of the facility coincided with the Catholic feast day of the Assumption of Virgin Mary.
Your spirited efforts to trigger the enlightenment and socio-economic transformation of communities. The commissioning of this health center is a remarkable milestone because it will boost access to health care and treatment for the surrounding communities. I thank you for being supportive of the NRM's efforts to transform Uganda. I congratulate Your Eminence and all the stakeholders that have contributed to the construction of this health facility. The NRM's policy on health is premised on implementing a clear preventive strategy. This means minimizing the occurrence of diseases rather than concentrating on treatment or cure. This disease prevention strategy has been carried out through prioritizing immunization, observing good hygiene, promotion of good nutrition, fitness campaigns, etc. This is important because a healthy population is an asset and a resource that spearheads economic and social development. However, I would like to use this opportunity to warn all of you about the growing threat of non-communicable diseases, which are largely about lifestyle. These diseases are caused by inactivity coupled with overeating. The good news is that they are easy to prevent. One simply has to adopt positive and healthy lifestyles like exercising more and watching your diet.
2 weeks ago, His Excellency, the President of Uganda, summoned me together with Barbara Mwana. Barbara is the chairman of the Presidential CEO Forum. I told him that, you know, sir, you gave us a hospital, but there is no equipment. His Excellency, the President asked me how much it would cost. I told him that Joint Medical Stores had made a quotation of 125 million shillings. And His Excellency, the President, said, I will provide that. The Managing Director of Medical Stores called me to say the equipment is being delivered to Kamagwa.
2, 3. I don't hear the plans. Kaimba Kongere.
Prime Minister Robin Anabanja has ordered the suspension of a planned eviction of people in Chegegwa district by the Office of the Prime Minister. This follows complaints from Chegegwa district leaders that a team of officials from the OPM had given an eviction order to over 150,000 people settled in Kazinga Town Council, Ruantuha Sub-County, Mpara Town Council, that they should prepare to vacate within 3 days.
The leaders, led by Jackson Kafuzi, the Deputy Attorney General and Member of Parliament from Chegegwa, briefed the Prime Minister at her office in Kampala that people are spending sleepless nights and are hardly engaging in government programs due to eviction threats. Kafuzi and the LC5 chairperson Chegegwa District Biamkama John Chisoke say that officials from OPM have been in that area telling people to vacate the land immediately.
Minister Helaronek has made his intention known to evict people from our land, from Kazinga Town Council, from Ruentuha Sub-County, and from Mpara Town Council. That area right now, off-head, we could be having more than 150,000 people in the 3 sub-counties. It is heavily populated, heavily developed, fully occupied or encumbered, but he wants to evict people.
The disputed area covers Kazinga Town Council, Ruentuha Sub-County and Mpara Town Council with the government-aided and private schools, health centers and other public installations such as churches and mosques.
There are government programs which have been given to our people so as to develop, to get household incomes, like milk dairies, 4 in Kazinga, the coffee hallers, then in the Ruentuha Sub-County, there are 18 schools. There is also a seed school which has been constructed by over 2.8 billion.
The Prime Minister, Robina Nabanja, stopped all planned evictions by officials from her office. Nabanja says that she'll consult the President on the matter, but in the meantime the status quo must remain, and instructed all officials from her office not to dare going to the area.
I want to stop you from doing any activity related to eviction in that place until when the President guides me otherwise. I don't even want you to step there because we don't want to hear issues that so and so was injured or done what until when the President guides me on the matter. So in the meantime, status quo.
Bafachi, who preferred to talk off camera, said that he is being threatened with some death by some people who were present at the meeting.
Threatened that within 3 days they will be off their land, but we want to appreciate you, Right Honorable Prime Minister, for meeting us today and giving us hope that nobody will be evicted from that land.
During the meeting, the Prime Minister asked Bafachi to explain why they want to evict people from their Bibanja, but had no explanation and could not reveal who the investor was that is going to grow Hass avocado in the disputed land. It should be recalled that in 2018, Charles Bafachi was arrested for allegedly grabbing a 200-acre piece of land in Kazinga village, Ruentuha Sub-County in Chegegwa District by the Commission of Inquiry into Land Matters, led by Justice Catherine Bamgemerere. December Bafachi is accused of leading an eviction of over 60,000 people from 28 villages in the current Chikube district, and to date, the people are still living in internally displaced people's camps. Shaidat Nasaku, UBC News.
Parliament has tasked government to explain the connection of coffee seedlings distribution to the parish development model. This is as the MPs suspect that government wants to use the PDM as a scapegoat to phase off distribution of seedlings to farmers even after it has failed to clear the 42 billion areas to coffee nursery operators since the financial year 2021-22. The Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayewa, wants the Ministry of Finance to explain the whole issue.
The Parliamentary Committee of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries presented findings on a petition by coffee nursery operators over government failure to pay 42 billion areas for supplied coffee seedlings. It is on record that in 2022, government halted the distribution of coffee seedlings to farmers in what was deemed a dangerous move. Since then, several petitions have followed from nursery operators supplying coffee seedlings through Uganda Coffee Development Authority. The move to halt the distribution witnessed supplied coffee seedlings to the tune of 71 billion left hanging.
The committee also observed that non-payment of coffee seedlings supplied had resulted into a number of litigations, petitions, and loss of property by coffee nursery operators to money lenders and financial institutions due to non-payment of loans secured to start up and operate coffee nurseries.
The legislators have on several occasions pleaded with government, especially the Minister of Finance, to allow nursery operators supply the seedlings to farmers on credit. Currently, the coffee farmers demand 42 billion, a dent which the MPs say will cripple the coffee subsector if not matched, since the farmers are constrained.
Even after taking that decision, there is no commitment to pay them. That's unfair, because when you look at the budget provision, there is nothing.
That whereas cabinet resolution was that payment of the suppliers that did supply after cabinet decision of September 2022 would be paid in two installments, starting with the financial year 2023-2024. There is no provision whatsoever in the current budget towards that.
Available figures indicate that about 1,675 nursery operators cry foul.
The recent visits by the committee, that was in February 2023, equally revealed that the seedlings were overgrown and some of them had become trees in the nurseries.
This is a matter which is well known to us. I want to undertake that we are going to pick it up among our outstanding domestic arrears and find a solution.
The Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, wants the Minister of Finance to clarify the allegations that the recent parish development model is a move to swallow the coffee seedlings from the nursery operators.
Even if we have PDM, as a matter of strategy, let's be deliberate on coffee for the economic reason of being an equalizer, so that those people who are excluded economically can also join in the market economy.
Because you see, we are always referred to parish model. We are referred to parish model, we are referred to parish model. Can they come and explain so that it goes on record? We know this is what we decided, and because there are people who are not benefiting in parish model. There are villages where you find in parish model, if people were to benefit, each one would get like 50,000. The big parishes, especially in towns and all that, and yet they also want plant coffee.
Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.
The Minister for Information, Communication Technology and National Guidance has officially inaugurated a new board of directors for the Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, UBC. The 7-member board will oversee the corporation's performance during a tenure of 3 years.
I, James Tumusime,
Ibrahim Makoma.
I, Sarah Namumbia.
The new board comprises a mix of experienced individuals from various fields aimed at steering the Uganda Broadcasting Corporation toward continued growth and innovation. Notable members include Mr. James Tumusime, who is the chairman, Mr. Ibrahim Makoma, a lawyer by profession, joining as a new member, Honorable Namumbia Sarah, a seasoned member contributing her valuable experience, Honorable Hamlet Kabushenga, the founder of the Great Lakes Region University, a new addition to the board, Turia Hikayo Mary Pola, Moses Watasa, a member and commissioner from the ICT Ministry, and Honorable Tezra Jamwa.
The common good that we offer as Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, we really call upon everybody to come on board and make sure that Uganda Broadcasting Corporation becomes a national pride. All the other private sectors should be proud to come and train from here. it's unfortunate that in the past, UBC has been looked at as a competitor because we are all going for the same share of wallet. We are all looking at the same basket to survive. But all national broadcasters, and through you, Honorable Minister, want to thank the President who has categorically put it in writing that the national broadcaster ought to be funded and not left to swim or sink.
Honorable Chris Bariomonsi, the ICT Minister, commended the board's selection process, considering qualifications, experience, diversity, and the value each member brings to the corporation. He discussed the liberalization of the media space since the early 90s and announced the waiving of taxes and areas for UBC starting this fiscal year 2023-24.
To that end, the outstanding arrears like taxes, URA, UCC, and others, those have been waived. And number two, there are obligations which you cannot write off, like say NSSF contributions. You can't say you have waived them off because these are savings of the staff. So those ones, that burden we have shifted it to Ministry of Finance, so they will have to be built in the budget, and then they will be paid. And then we are going to inject you with something to give you financial health.
Godfrey Kabyanga, the State Minister for ICT, reminded the new board that they are representatives of the Ministry of ICT, urging them to avoid conflicts of interest. He also advocated for UBC to maintain uninterrupted broadcasts despite financial challenges, especially given the upcoming 2026 election roadmap.
You are here representing the ministry. You are not part of management. You are here representing the ministry. So be in touch with the ministry. But sometimes when you appoint a board, then they also create their own kingdom. And anytime when the minister says what's happening, no, you as policy. But I'm the one, you are there, you are my eye and ear in that. You eventually become part of management. And then you start defending management all the time. No, you are supposed to give them direction. You are not supposed to keep defending them.
Members of the board expressed their unity and teamwork, underscoring the challenges of transforming a parastatal into an enterprise and leveraging technology's importance on the global economy.
We pledge to diligently continue on the path which was disrupted by COVID, to revamp this organization, to be professional, to guide our staff.
My friends, we are very, very fortunate. We have been given a lucrative product, and it is the highest because I checked. The global economy is a $90 trillion economy. 10% of that is consumed by the information and communication industry.
We are now going to make sure that we work. And I want to ask the management that if Honorable Tesla, what she said, that we are like stepping on your toes was true, this time we are going to step on the hollow fort.
Uganda Broadcasting Corporation holds the distinction of having the widest geographical reach in the country, making it a vital platform for disseminating information and fostering national unity. Expectations are high for UBC to continue its journey of growth, innovation, and service to the nation, inspiring Uganda.
The Indian Association of Uganda have launched a mega blood donation camp across the country to save lives as a result of rampant road accidents as students are ahead for holidays.
The Indian community in Uganda has celebrated the 77th anniversary of India's independence. The event at Indian High Commission in Chadondo was a showcase of India's rich heritage, traditions, and unity in diversity. The activities commenced with a flag hoisting ceremony. In his speech, read by His Excellency, the High Commissioner to Uganda, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi called for continued bilateral relations between the two countries.
Progress is driven by a two-pronged strategy. On the one hand, there is a sustained push to unleash the forces of enterprise by making it easier to do business and generate job opportunities. On the other, proactive and expanded welfare initiatives for the needy have been taken in various domains.
The chairperson, Indian Association, says since blood is key in human life, the blood donation campaign will bond Indians and Ugandans.
The first donor of this drive was His Excellency, the High Commissioner. So itself the message that the both countries' relations are very strong, and we look forward for more opportunities.
Moving forward, see, when we start this blood campaign, blood is thicker than water. Once the blood is shared, I think the bonds will become stronger.
The Executive Director, Uganda Blood Transfusion Services, Dr. Dorothy Cheyune Biabazaire, applauded the Indian Association of Uganda for their support.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Indian High Commission, and thank you, the Indian Association of Uganda. And please continue to be our partners. You know, a friend in need is a friend indeed. We have worked with the Indian Association for quite a long time now. They have been our partners in need. And whenever we are in shortage of blood, we always reach out to the Indian High Commission to be able to organize blood donation drives.
The Principal Legal Officer, Uganda Law Reform Commission, Kenneth Rutalemwa, has urged Ugandans to entrust legal officers with their wills.
The Principal Legal Officer Law Reform Commission, Kenneth Rutalemwa, says when making trusts must utilize the law, and the law that governs trustees needs to be expanded, and there is need for a new legal framework, as well as the office of the trustee.
One, the formalities of how a trust should be regulated, specified by the law. We should have a system that has a centralized system of trust registration. We should have a law that allows some leeway for trustees to invest optimally for the benefit of the trustees, that allows broader and wider investment. The law should allow trustee to delegate certain powers, especially where professional services are required. Because you may not, the current law does limit.
Professor Ronald Mayambal of Makerere University School of Law said there has risen a challenge of trustees claiming ownership of the children's property. The existence of 3 outdated laws confuses.
My advice is that we may need to resort to professional trustees other than the traditional people we've been looking at, such as clan leaders, opinion leaders, religious leaders. If there can be in the new law, there should be a procedure of how one becomes a trustee. Find somebody who is struggling, and then they are easily tempted. I'm not saying a poor man is the one who can, a poor person is the one who is prime suspect to stealing, but if they...
Mr. Robert Chirunda, a legal consultant, says Family members must be vigilant because private trustees manipulate statements made by the deceased.
Put my property in a trust. If it doesn't say the word trust, has he created one?
Etteeka erifuga abalima owandiise ba trustees bw'oboolesa obugagga n'obukwasa abayima kugamba tusobola okufuna etteeka limu nga ligatta ensonga zonna ezikwatagana n'emirimu ng'egyo kubanga tulina amateeka asatu. Kyekisooka twagala okulaba abantu balowooza nti tufuna etteeka limu nga sigala asatu tuli updatinga tutya ensonga ey'okubiri biki ebibulamu olina omuyima yandyagadde okukivaamu akola atya ebibuuzo ebyo twandyagadde tubiddemu muteeka erigenda kufuluma kozesanya.
It's super fast internet. Oh, it's a super camera. It's a super battery.
Phone battery full.
Yeah, it's a super deal. Get the Capote Super from MTN now at a reduced initial deposit of only 49,000 shillings and pay the balance in Pola for as low as 833 shillings per day. Grab this Super Capote deal this Christmas and get 2 GB of free MTN data every month for 8 months. Get the Capote Super now from any MTN shop countrywide. Everywhere you go, MTN. Regulated by UCC.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
Hello, darling.
Hi, Granny.
What did you do this weekend?
Well, on Friday, I went on a science trip with my classmates to Windy to see the gorillas. Then we watched the Cup final in London. On Saturday, my friends and I met up to hunt some dragons again. Also, I taught the vacuum cleaner and the TV this new dance everyone's doing. They're really getting into it. And on Sunday, I went to bed watching the world from space.
With Airtel 5G's lightning-fast speeds and seamless connectivity, you won't believe what's next.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Sebo.
Yes?
This is the bill.
What?
Malaria testing, 10,000. Treatment, 100,000 since we put on drip.
Hey, Musao, can you read this for me? Before I brought my wife here, I'd already spent money on buying herbal medicine and drugs from the pharmacy, which didn't work.
But Sebo, the government gave out mosquito nets. Doesn't your family use them?
We got the mosquito nets, but they got holes and we didn't know what to do.
Protect your loved ones from malaria. Sew your mosquito nets whenever they get damaged to keep the mosquitoes away. Ensure all nets are tied up every morning to avoid damaging them. Ensure that everyone in your family sleeps under a treated mosquito net every night, whether it is a cold or hot season. Together, we can chase malaria out of Uganda. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from Global Fund.
Dear Airtel customer, we know that there are days when unexpected stays in hospital stand in the way of your family's welfare. That is why Hospital Center is here to give you up to 100,000 shillings every night you spend in hospital. Hospital Center also offers up to 4 million in funeral benefit. Dial *185 *7 *6 hash to purchase Hospital Center on Airtel Money for as little as 1,000, 3,000 or 5,000 shillings a month. Your cover for the first 1 month is free. Hospital Center is underwritten by Prudential and powered by Tororo. Prudential and Tororo are regulated by the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda. Airtel Money is regulated by the Bank of Uganda.
The Archbishop of Kampala Archdiocese, Paul Semogere, has urged the managers of church-based education institutions to reinforce biblical teachings to flag off unwarranted immoralities. He was officiating at the celebration of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary at St. Mary's College, Kisubi.
The current learning environment is infiltrated with unprecedented immorality, which includes use of drugs, homosexuality tendencies, which are not compatible to the teachings of Christianity. The Archbishop of Kampala Archdiocese, Paul Semogere, urges managers of church-based schools to reinforce biblical instructions to inculcate desirable morals.
In an unfair economy where the poor cannot afford quality education, the new vices cropping up like examinations, malpractices, homosexuality, drugs, among others. These are like the dragon that seeks to devour a child. The dooms of these young citizens of tomorrow. Let us remain resolved, liberate ourselves from these evils, and therefore uphold proper morals based on the teachings of the Church.
The celebration of the Blessed Virgin Mary was on the theme, "With Mary, do not be afraid. Rise, pick up your mat and walk." Archbishop Paul Semogere was officiating at the Assumption of Blessed Virgin Mary at St. Mary's College, Kisubi, where he confirmed 77 students.
I have the pleasure to present to you the candidates who have been instructed to receive the sacrament of confirmation. The same candidates with others, after confirmation, will solemnly commit themselves to Christ Jesus, remain Catholics for the rest of their lives.
You who are already baptized will now receive the power of His Spirit and be signed with His cross on your foreheads. And so you must always bear witness to His passion. Lord, the Holy Spirit, the Paraclete, give them the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and fortitude, the spirit of knowledge and piety. Fill them with the spirit of the fear of the Lord.
The administrators of St. Mary's College, Kisubi, unpacked development plans of the college.
The construction of our classroom block is underway. The construction of staff quarters to cater both teaching and non-teaching staff is underway. Overhauling of the lagoon systems, sewage, is underway. The completion of the toilet facilities within and outside the school campus. The completion of the school perimeter wall. General renovation and facelift of the college. We hope to commence the construction of the new 20 dormitories in December still this year.
The Archbishop later commissioned construction of 2 studying facilities. I'm Nafka Farida and Abduna Silwam.
Institutions of higher education have been appealed to embrace digitization of the education system in a bid to improve access to quality education to Ugandan children. Communication was made at the launch of a content digitalization hub aimed at students studying via e-learning at Lukomwa University.
Now, as we push for
According to the Ministry of Education, more than 73,000 learning institutions closed, and consequently 15 million learners were out of school during the COVID-19 pandemic. This made difficult the learning situation in Uganda. However, some utilized the mode of learning via the internet. From this experience, Cyber Technology Solutions and Mastercard Foundation have developed a content digitization hub at Lukomwa University aimed at students studying via e-learning.
To officially open this
Content Development Hub and Studio at Nkumba University.
While launching the Content Digitization Hub, the Commissioner for Higher Education and Training, Timothy Sejoba, said it's high time for the country's education system to transform digitally.
So what was happening at the initial stages that we were having content just moved from the normal face-to-face class into maybe a TV station or something like that. But it's like a live class. So they're recording the content, but there's also a TV screen in the studio, so they can also have a class and they're interacting with students. And
the project coordinator John Muchibi highlighted on how this initiative will improve on the education system in Uganda.
The modes of delivery are clearly spelled out. The teaching aids are also clearly spelled out. For example, the issue of study materials, the videos, the case studies, other tools that the instructors might need, they are clearly spelled out.
The Vice Chancellor Nkumba University, Professor Judy Rubega, urged all the institutions of higher learning to embrace this system to enable all people access education.
To the use of digital technologies for teaching and learning. We are teaching digital students, and therefore they would want to learn better using digital means. The earlier you adopted, the better. It's important for you to know that you can deliver your teaching and learning ubiquitously without you coming to a physical space.
Although there are some existing policies regarding the education system in Uganda, there is need for schools and institutions of higher learning to adapt and implement them.
We want to ensure that all young people through e-learning have work readiness skills. Those who want to start businesses are able to do entrepreneurship, and that we make sure that all instructors are able to deliver quality education online. So we're training the instructors to teach online, that is the digital pedagogy, and then to also design their courses well and appropriate online.
The newly launched Content Digitization Hub, the first to be established at Nkumba University, will spread to other universities across the country. Rebecca Natongo, Susan Nabugude, UBC News.
Tororo District local authorities have signed a memorandum of understanding with the Pentecostal Outreach Ministries International, which is a born-again church based in Tororo, to help in the rehabilitation of the broken boreholes in the district.
Tororo district is among the top 6 districts with a high prevalence rate of typhoid associated with taking of unsafe water. However, to address this challenge, Tororo district leadership has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Pentecostal Outreach Ministries International, which is a born-again church based in Tororo, to help in the rehabilitation of all the broken boreholes in the district. The LC5 chairman of Tororo, John Okea, says the district has managed to drill many boreholes, at least 15 in every financial year, but most of them are spoiled and the cost of repair has been so high. However, he remains optimistic that the signed partnership with the Pentecostal Outreach Ministries International to rehabilitate the boreholes will help solve the problem.
Normally, we are able to drill 15 to 20 boreholes. It differs in every financial year, because some financial years you can get more money. Other financial years you get lower money. So it's not static. So between 15 to 20, sometimes even up to 25 boreholes that we drill.
Dr. Olokol Girado, the Bishop of the Pentecostal Outreach Ministries International, pledged to have all broken boreholes repaired at a free cost in the district. However, he wants government to assist on the logistics to transport spare parts.
The road is a person can walk even to the part. And His Excellency working on the roads. I decided to repair the boreholes to give people life, because water is life. Even there is no road, when somebody drinks the water, it saves life.
Residents here appreciated the pledge by the Pentecostal Outreach Ministries International for clean water in the fight to scale down typhoid in the area.
Been experiencing the problem of water, so whereby we are fetching water from far, and you see these old mamas of ours, they used to fetch water from far, whereby they can't be unable to reach up to home.
It's super fast internet. Oh, it's a super camera. It's a super battery.
Phone battery full.
Yeah, it's a super deal. Get the Capote Super from MTN now at a reduced initial deposit of only 49,000 shillings and pay the balance in Pola for as low as 833 shillings per day. Grab this Super Capote deal this Christmas and get 2 GB of free MTN data every month for 8 months. Get the Capote Super now from any MTN shop countrywide. Everywhere you go, MTN.
Regulated by UCC.
Do you need data collection services, data analysis and reporting, monitoring and evaluation systems? Then contact Mold Technologies, a professional research firm that has provided many organizations with timely research solutions for over 15 years. For more information, visit www.mt.co.ug or call us on 0704 913 399 or 0782 602 963. Visit our office in Kampala at Sayuni Complex in Tinda. Mood Technologies, your professional research firm.
Dear Airtel customer, we know that there are days when unexpected stays in hospital stand in the way of your family's welfare. That is why Hospital Center is here to give you up to 100,000 shillings every night you spend in hospital. Hospital Center also offers up to 4 million in funeral benefit. Dial star 185 star 7 star 6 hash to purchase Hospital Center on Airtel Money for as little as 1,000, 3,000 or 5,000 shillings a month. Your cover for the first 1 month is free. Hospital Center is underwritten by Prudential and powered by Tororo. Prudential and Tororo are regulated by the Insurance Regulatory Authority of Uganda. Airtel Money is regulated by the Bank of Uganda.
Juko.
Yo.
What you go? Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the Parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The Parish Development Model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better.
PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates Pakaku ground. Sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Dial star 185 hash and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
In business, State Minister for Finance in charge of investment, Evelyn Anite, has toured the ongoing construction road projects in Namamba Industrial Park. The 215 million euro project that started in 2020 has slowly progressed at only 40% due to environmental challenges.
Just eliminate. If you do not divert that water, it will just affect you. Disasters like COVID, what drives chills in my nerves is the fact that we're left with 1 year to complete the project and we're not there. We're 60% behind, and that makes me to want us to sit down and move faster than we are. But I trust the team. I trust that Lagan Dot is very committed, and that's why they're here. And the UIA team is also very committed. We're all checking this project.
Farmers in the dairy sector have been urged to ensure utmost cleanliness throughout the production process of milk in order to secure and keep lucrative markets for their products as government labors to secure market for the milk products.
According to statistics, on average, Uganda produces about 3.4 billion litres of milk annually. With the domestic milk consumption per capita rate of 64 litres only, most of the milk is exported to regional and international markets. Of late, Uganda's milk exportation to Kenya is on hold over unclear circumstances, a development that has adversely affected the whole milk production sector.
The market in Kenya has a bit of a challenge because they are trying to protect their industry because we are very competitive. You have had allegations, but they have come here and found that we have increased production. While the talks are going on, we are also looking for other markets. We are not idle. You must have been seeing recent events where the president was involved in looking markets for coffee, for dairy. We are not resting.
The Minister of State for Animal Industry, Bright Ramirama, says with more market prospects in Europe and Asia, farmers ought to ensure explicit handling of milk throughout the production process.
The reason we are giving this token of equipment is to encourage them to make sure that milk is clean. Milk is clean for both our local consumers and also export markets.
In the wake of value addition campaign of agricultural products for bigger returns, farmers in the milk sector have been cautioned not to confuse this with cream separation, as the practice is purely food fraud.
Cream separation on the farm is not value addition. Now there has been a misinterpretation that they are adding value by removing cream and selling the rest of the milk, but that is food fraud because you are not declaring that you have removed some cream on the milk on the farm, and yet it goes to the milk collection center as declared as whole some milk, of which now the processors don't get value, full value of wholesome milk.
In order to sustainably ensure undisrupted milk production, Ramirama advised farmers to devise means of ensuring continued access to water and feeds irrespective of the seasons.
If we have to enjoy the fruit, you must water the tree. So the animal is like a factory. These dairy cows are like a factory. If you don't energize it, then it will not produce milk. The second one is nutrition. You have to feed the animals. You have to give them water. So that's why we are encouraging and giving these farmers seeds for pasture to make sure that there is continuous feeding of these animals, so that the factories which are processing don't have to shut down during the dry season. They should produce continuously. It has also an implication on the market. If you agree to take 2 million liters every day during the dry season and you take 300,000 liters, then you have lost the market.
So far, government has distributed an assortment of seeds for pasture production to the selected farmers, cooperatives and SACCOs. Speaking on behalf of the beneficiaries of these tokens, Deborah Mulumba, a farmer from Nakasongola, thanked government for the effort to improve the sector.
Keep on helping us, keeping on helping the dairy farmers, because we are in this seriously, and also to entice others, to encourage other people, because you see, like in Kakola, people have cows, but these local cows which don't give milk, 1 cup a day, 1 cup, 2 cups, but if they could embrace the dairy breeds and get more milk, it's likely that the poverty levels would reduce.
The recipients of the quality milking equipment were drawn from 37 districts that make the milk shed of the country, like Ruhura, Nakasongola, Mpiji, Masaka, Chibuku, Kamuli, and Wakiso, among others. Launched in 2020, the Clean Milk Production Campaign focuses at bringing every stakeholder on board for concerted efforts towards registering rightful returns on investment in the sector. Dorcas Kimono, UBC TV News.
Dairy production has grown to 3.4 billion liters of milk annually. However, Ugandans are consuming only 64 liters, less than the World Health Organization standards of 200 liters. Speaking at a media briefing held at the Uganda Media Center, State Minister for Animal Industry Bright Ramidam attributed the dilemma to lack of awareness.
The demand for milk products is estimated to grow at about 3.5% every year, and government remains committed to invest in the dairy industry to improve animal nutrition and health through providing animal feed security, prevention.
Area is animal health. We are investing more in prevention than cure, and we are bringing in a lot of vaccines, especially for notifiable diseases, to make sure that our national herd is safe from disease.
In the East African bloc, over 80% of the milk is produced by smallholder farmers, supported with large milk processors. Despite the small numbers of those involved in dairy farming, reaping big from the sector, the industry remains with a huge potential to address food insecurity challenges once fully tapped into. Uganda is the host of the 16th African Dairy Conference and Exhibition. The opportunity falls at a time when 40% of the milk produced is consumed domestically and 40% exported, leaving a deficit of 20%.
Capita consumption for World Health Organization for normal human beings is 200 liters. Uganda, we are at 64 now. Second one is affordability. Now, packed milk, much of the cost is on packaging. So we have come up with an innovation to avail safe milk to low-income groups where adulteration is tight.
Whereas President Museveni and his counterpart William Ruto of Kenya last Sunday discussed possibilities of lifting the economic blockage of Uganda's dairy products to trade on the Kenyan market, the forthcoming conference that will focus on introducing African dairy practitioners and suppliers to new technologies and ideas for better efficiency and quality, technology advancement remains imperative in unlocking the dairy industry.
In a challenge for the African dairy industry to access new technologies.
"26 senior officers from the Somali police force have concluded a 10-day intensive training on police station management to enhance their knowledge and skills to tackle crime and help improve the security situation in Somalia. The training held at the General Kahiye Police Academy in Mogadishu entailed theoretical and practical sessions and was conducted by facilitators from the police component of the African Union Transition Mission in Somalia.
The officers, among them station commanders and their deputies from various police stations in Mogadishu, were taken through various aspects of policing, including the code of conduct, police accountability and oversight, responsibilities of officer commanding police station, child protection and effectiveness of community policing in protecting civilians in armed conflict. The training also covered an introduction to the Somali Penal Code, introduction to Criminal Procedure Code, criminal investigation techniques, arrest, detention, search and seizure, among other key topics.
waxaa laga rabaa ku-xigeenkaaga inaad siisid, waxaa laga rabaa baarahaaga inaad siisid, waxaa laga rabaa oobistaha inaad siisid, waxaa laga rabaa ciidanka booliiska ee adigu aad xukuntid ee saldhigga ku qoran
ATMIS Deputy Police Commissioner Martin Amaru said the police commanders were at the heart of the safety of communities and the ongoing stabilization efforts in Somalia.
The success of an organization, including the police station, depends on its management.
Under the ATMIS mandate, the police component is tasked to support the SPF by providing specialized training, advice and mentorship through joint patrols and protection of vital installations in line with the Somali transition plan. The capacity building efforts will enable the Somali security forces to take over full security responsibility of their country when ATMIS exits Somalia in December 2024.
akhrista saldhigyadiina kula laabta waad ku mahadsantihiin waqtiga aad ku bixiseen iyo juhdiga aad geliseen dhowrkii maalmood idinka oo xaaladda.
As a station commander, you have to build trust. You should be trusted by the officers who work under you, and should also be trusted by the officers who are supervising you, and you should be trusted by the community.
Lieutenant Usmar Muhammad Noor, the Waberi District Police Commander, thanked ATMIS Police for the training, saying the participants had acquired vital knowledge on policing, which will enable them to effectively discharge their duties.
sida habka loo maamulo saldhigyada iyo qaab dhismeedka saldhigyada dambiyada si loo baaro operationada iyo waxyaabo kale oo tiro badan.
ATMIS Police Reform and Restructuring Development Coordinator, Assistant Commissioner of Police John Simon. Other senior ATMIS Police and SPF officers also attended the ceremony.
With that, we come to the end of all we had for you this evening. Thanking you so much for watching. My name is Michael Jordan Lukomwa, wishing you the best of the night. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.